Watch this.
Caitlin Clark, I would seriously consider going to play overseas somewhere and get the royal treatment and get real money. But a lot of the women actually do play, in European leagues because they supplement their income. And I know that Caitlin makes a ton of money off the court in terms of endorsements, and rightfully so. But I think that there's a petty jealousy, and she's a straight white basketball player. And she is not being treated with any sort of respect.
That is Norman Boomer Esiason. Boomer, for the record, played in the NFL from 84 to 97, even bagged an MVP trophy. Now, his rant came after a very chippy game with Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever, and the Phoenix Mercury. Fever head coach Stephanie White would call the rough play disrespectful and crazy. Now let's break down Boomer's take here. First off, he's proving he's not a ball knower. If Caitlin Clark were to go overseas, it would be more physical than the W. Second, why is he bringing up that because she is straight and white, she should then go overseas to play? As Jamil Hill even said, is he implying Caitlin Clark should receive special treatment because she's straight and white? Yeah, that's my read as well. Keith would have a really good comment. It's hard being a Clark fan who isn't insane or a thinly veiled bigot because you might say normal stuff like, I don't think she should get chokeslammed, but then it looks like you're standing with these racist hacks. Now, should you be surprised by this? Coming from Boomer Esiason, no, just remember his Jackson Dart, Donald Trump, Abdul Carter rant. He basically pulled the same old shtick of respect the office. When do you get the opportunity to introduce a president? And, people probably hated Barack Obama, okay? False equivalency. Then he would label Abdul Carter a child for blasting Dart on social media. The funniest part about all this is that he was recalling on the air Jackson Dart stating he and Abdul Carter spoke man to man. Then Esiason said, there was only one man on that call, and it was Jackson Dart. What a fucking loser. Then when the Knicks won the chip, he expressed a form of hopefulness that they would visit Donald Trump in the White House and James Dolan would go see his friend. This is the same dude who called out Colin Kaepernick over and over and over again by bringing politics into sports. He said Kaepernick was about as disrespectful as any athlete he's seen. Yet when another player brought politics into sports, Boomer said nothing. When American athletes at the Winter Games chose to use their platforms to speak out, he basically said, play for the country, respect the flag, essentially shut up and dribble. And then he would have these weird comments. So again, am I surprised? No, it's rather par for the course.